Hey guys, so at this point, I'm basically at my wit's end and I don't know what to do. Like, I feel completely hopeless, but let me just explain what's going on. So I spent $100, or rather my mom spent $100 because I wasn't here, I was in Boston, to take my computer to a computer repair shop to install the SSD that ABS gave me, only for them to say, well, it's not the SSD, it's probably the motherboard. So we basically had the options of paying another $100 to install a part that we don't know if it could actually be that or not, right? And so ABS was like, okay, well, we can send you the motherboard or we can give you a refund. And I was like, I will take the refund, sis. Like, this has been ridiculous, right? At this point, we've gone through 2 ABS computers in the matter of, like, a year and a little bit, right? And this was the replacement for the one that broke, and that's the even more shocking thing. I'm like, I just think about this all the time. I'm like, you guys were giving out a replacement, and you didn't make sure that it was 100%, like 99% okay to sell to the person that is already very upset with your company, right? So that's that. So they are giving me a refund, but here's the problem that I'm having right now. And so this is one of the problems, right? We have a bigger problem, which I'll talk about. The refund is in Newegg store credit, which would be fine, except they don't have any Asus's. And this computer over here, I have had that computer for 7 years with no issues except for last year. And it was 6 years old when it started having issues, okay? So at this point, that is the only brand I trust. They don't have any on Newegg, and so now I'm sort of hesitant because at least, at the very least, ABS was helpful even though their computers were shit for me both times. I'm afraid of getting into, I've heard MSI has terrible customer service. Don't want to buy from them. Then there's CyberPower and Cybertron and CLX, which I think is a luxury brand of one of those two. I'm not sure which one. I think Cybertron does the CLX computer. Right? And so there are other brands on Newegg, but I'm like, do I trust anyone anymore? I don't know, right? And so that's a struggle that I'm having. The other thing is that the components in my computer, let's just use this example. It was an i9 Intel thing, right? Processor, all that stuff, right? Whatever it was. And I had that for $2,600, so that's how much money I'm getting back. But the CLX computers and sort of the CyberPower computers with comparable parts are $1,000 or $800 more. And so that is really bothering me because I'm like, I want something that is of the equivalent specs that I should have gotten from ABS, but on these other computers, they're only on the computers which are $1,000 more. And maybe, okay, this is speculation, this is my opinion, this is not a fact, do not come for me, ABS, but maybe ABS is cheaping out on other parts, to sort of give you the flashy, oh, we have an i9 processor for only $2,000, right? Or whatever, the graphics card, whatever it is. Because those are the things at the end of the day that most, normies like me pay attention to, right? So I don't know if they're cheaping out on the other parts or if those other computers that I'm looking at are overpriced. I don't know. And it puts me in a tough position because we have spent a lot of money sorting out all these computer problems already, fixing all this stuff, right? And so to put another $800, it is a school expense, right? Because at the end of the day, what do I write my philosophy essay on? The computer. What am I, video editing for class on? My computer, right? And so we bought the computer using money for my school fund because it's this is a school expense, you need a computer for school, and a laptop is just not going to cut it, right? For all this video editing that you have to do for school, on top of the stuff that we do for YouTube, right? And so that was the position we're in. And so I could take another $800 out of the RESP, to, add that on so I can actually get the computer and hopefully that'll last me. But that just it's just stressing me out. Or I could even use $800 of my own money, but at the same time, again, that's a lot. And what if that company screws me over too? There's just a lot of thoughts going on like that in my head, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, that's the reason I'm most worried too, is because this is a school expense, but the problem we're in now is that this little guy, the Asus, isn't working. And so when I got home, I set it up and then I turned it off, right? I set all our settings, I did everything, and then Windows wouldn't boot the next day. And so we had to factory reset. I put all my settings and I didn't turn it off. I didn't turn it off for 3 days because I was like, well, clearly we just can't turn off this computer, right? And I don't know why, but last night I turned it off. And now it will still let me into my desktop, But my mouse isn't working, my keyboard's not working, I can't move anything, my microphone's not working, my headphones aren't working, my cam link's not working, and if those things are plugged in, when the computer boots up, the computer will get frozen and get stuck on like the little welcome circle thingy. And so we tried to troubleshoot, we went into safe mode, nothing is working. I have no idea what it could be because when the graphics card on my ABS computer broke, you couldn't plug the monitors into there. My monitors are still working, it's just that only one is working at a time. And so if it's the graphics card, I'm not sure. And that's the other thing, like, is it worth fixing this computer? It is literally 7 years old, but I may not have a choice. I may need to spend, say, $1,000 for new parts for this computer until this one gets here, because to get the refund, this one still has to go back, right? That one still has to go back. I still need to, like, you know, like, invest my own money or whatever we're planning to do on, you know, getting, like, whatever I decide to get in the end, the CLX, the CyberPower, whatever, any computer at this point, you know, that's like a sort of equivalent to that one. And so, you know, that, even if I do the refund and we get the refund on Monday and I pick out the computer by Tuesday or whatever, it's not gonna get here in time, and I only have a month of school left, right? And so I have assignments to do, and I have told my groups that I will edit their projects, right? Like, I'm the video editor in every single group I'm in for all of my classes, and I still have essays and exams and all this stuff that I need a computer for. And so, you know, money's gonna get real tight around here. We, you know, pay $1,000 to fix this one, and then, you know, pay another $1,000 for an equivalent to that one, like on top of the 2,600 store credit or whatever, right? And I know that you guys are probably, like, thinking, right, like, this is why you don't do pre-builts, all right? Like, this is why you built your own PC, all that sort of stuff. And it's like, yeah, I do understand that, but at this point, like, I'm stuck with the Newegg store credit refund, and so you can get parts from there, and when we take this one in, we'll discuss with the guy, like, hey, can we use my Newegg store credit to buy the parts, and then you put it together? Like, today when we bring the Asus in, like, we'll talk to him about that. But yeah, so that's where we are. Like, I recorded this week. I did a My Hero Academia reaction. I don't know if you guys noticed, but, like, that wasn't pre-recorded. I did that on the same day it uploaded. So I was recording. I uploaded a Barbie video. I video edited for hours yesterday. And now all of a sudden, everything's gone to shit again. And it's really just starting to get to me, and it makes me wish that I wasn't even, you know what I mean? I know that that sounds over dramatic, but at this point I'm like, I wish I wasn't even a YouTuber, right? I wish I wasn't even a streamer. I wish I wasn't even a gamer. I wish that I had no interests in computers. Okay, my aunt is coming home, so we're gonna have to move this party upstairs. My aunt and my grandfather. I was sitting by the door because that's where the computers were, and I wanted to just show you guys that. Let's just crack open a window and we can just continue our conversation in the music room. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just getting really frustrating because, like, okay, my sister, for example, she has a laptop, but she doesn't play games. She has no interest in streaming. She's not a YouTuber, right? And so it's like, she doesn't care about all these fancy computers, right? She doesn't need all this stuff. And so I'm like, would my life be a lot more stressful? Because even, like, say I didn't do YouTube or say I didn't stream or whatever, I would still, like, have a computer to play games on, I think, right? All that stuff, I don't know. Maybe I would just have a laptop and a Switch and a PlayStation and just enjoy my life, right? So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I genuinely am like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? And the problem is that this is my everyday, right? Like, all I do all day, right, is that I'm either recording or I'm writing scripts or I'm streaming. Like, I don't know a life without it. And so it's not like I can just, like, throw in the towel and be like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a MacBook with my $2,600 of Newegg money, right? I'm gonna quit, right? No, like, this is my entire life. I can't remember a time without doing this, right? And so, you know, that puts us in another sort of pickle with that. But yeah, I will update you guys on what's going on. Hunter and I are clearly not going to record today given that we have no computer. Wanted to make a video about Mulan and sort of the stuff going on with that, but I guess we're not doing that. So yeah, that is where we are. Hopefully we'll at least get everything sorted out for Animal Crossing. But yeah, schoolwork is the first priority and I can't do any of that now. So we'll figure that out another time. And yeah, that's everything. Again, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll tell you, like, I'll show you the computers I'm thinking of just so you guys can sort of think of, you know, tell me what you think of them is what I'm trying to say. And we'll talk to the guy about getting a pre-built, all that stuff. And yeah, bye.